God's message for you today. If you want God blessings always upon you, then watch video till the end. My beloved child, I know the constant pressures you face to conform, to hide your true self behind masks and pretenses in order to fit in with the world around you. The temptation to morph and shift your identity based on expectations, to dilute your beliefs and convictions for the sake of approval, can be powerfully seductive. But I am calling you to something higher, a life of radical authenticity lived for my glory alone. You were created to blaze with abandon, not shrink back in mediocrity or camouflage. I formed you in my image, beautifully unique and purposefully designed to reflect my nature in a way that no one else can. To attempt to modify or smother the glorious person I've made you to be is to fundamentally reject my workmanship in you. It grieves my heart when my children feel compelled to bury their authentic selves in order to be accepted by others. When I knit you together in your mother's womb, I did not make an insignificant, forgettable person meant to blend into the background. You are a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, brimming with inherent worth simply because you bear my image as your creator. There is something profoundly powerful about a life lived with steadfast authenticity, in continual submission to my spirit's leading. It is spiritually dangerous and sends shockwaves through cultural norms, man-made ideologies, and the kingdom of darkness when someone walks confidently in their unique identity and assignment from me. If you want God's grace always upon you, then please consider to support our ministry by clicking Thanks button. Too many of my children are living in bondage to the fear of standing out, of being seen as different or peculiar. They silence their voices, temper their convictions, and shrink back from shining brightly in order to avoid conflict and consistently seek the approval of others. But I never called my people to pursue a comfortable life aimed at blending in. To do so dishonors the remarkable individual I created each one of you to be. Share this video with up to 5 people if you need God's presence. My child, your authenticity has the power to shatter spiritual strongholds and demolish religious mindsets that have kept many paralyzed in mediocrity and apathy. I have entrusted you with a calling tailored precisely to your personality, experiences, and the unique way I have shaped you. So to veil or dilute, that is to dim the very light I destined to shine through you for my glory in the midst of a confused and wandering world. When you embrace the authenticity of the person I created you to be, refusing to apologize or modify yourself based on the expectations of others, you activate something profound. You unleash a representation of who I am into the world around you. I am a God who delights in creative diversity, unlimited by conventions or cultural norms. I am a God of vibrant authenticity and wholehearted living, never cowering in self-consciousness but embodying the bold confidence of who I am. And as my child, you have the ability to reflect these characteristics through your authenticity as well. A transparent life lived for an audience of one has the power to awaken truth, beckon others into vulnerability, and inspire courage and refreshing realness. There is a weary world lying to itself about who they really are, but just a single redemptive soul living without pretense can spark entire waves of transformation. So resist the impulse to chameleon your identity, the urge to filter and alter yourself to please others. I have given you particular traits, experiences, perspectives, talents, passions, and ideas that are meant to radiate from you with brilliant specificity. Do not hide that light for fear of being rejected or seen as different. Those things that make you uniquely you are what enable you to manifest my glory in a way that impacts countless others. If you need God's blessings, then type "Yes, I need" in the comments. I am not calling you to be arrogant or dismissive of input from others, but to live rooted in the permanent reality that your worth and identity come from me alone. When you inhale my endless love and acceptance of you as you are and exhale the bones of comparison and fear of rejection, you gain an unshakable sense of self. You are able to embrace all that I made you to be with confidence and joy, uncompromisingly offering your authentic self to a world starving for true substance. This path of authenticity will not always be easy. The world will attempt to squeeze you into its mold, pressure you to alter who you are at the core. There may be times when you feel misunderstood or face opposition for your unwillingness to cower to expectations. People may accuse you of being too intense or confrontational simply for showing up fully as yourself. While rejections and misunderstandings are painful, I will give you resilience and wisdom to respond in my love and truth. But living authentically for my glory does not mean you have to be harsh, calloused, or inconsiderate of others. In fact, the more secure and rooted you become in who I created you to be, the more you will exude my gentleness, humility, and kindness. Real, authentic living flows from a deep wellspring of inner security granted by being inextricably embraced by me. That unshakable foundation gives you the freedom to confidently offer your true self to the world around you with graciousness and boldness. Type 999 in the comments, if you believe. So let my unfailing love silence the inner voices of self-doubt, fear, and the need for approval from others. You do not need anyone's permission to be your truest self, the person I intentionally shaped you to be. My thoughts and purposes for you stretch far beyond any earthly expectation or standard. Do not sacrifice the brilliance of who you are for a cheap substitute fabricated by human ideals and norms. My nature, glory, heart, and dreams for humanity are meant to be channeled and displayed through the radiant authenticity of your unique identity. Do not shrink back, but arise and shine. My courageous one. Reject conformity and live as the remarkably distinct person I created you to be. In doing so, you will awaken freedom, healing, and spiritual revolution in ways that ripple outward through eternity. So go, be who you were born to be, my authentic, uncompromising ambassador set ablaze through the fiery presence of my spirit within you. Let your identity in me manifest with glorious uniqueness among the nations. And watch how the catalytic power of your authenticity shakes the very foundations of cultural lies and propels multitudes into encounters with the undiluted truth of who I am. Amen.